Okay, guys. Now, good morning to you. Today is the 29th of July, 2021. Today is Thursday, and we have the FOMC result. The FOMC result shows very, very clear that they're not going to taper right now. Okay. Fred, no, I'm not yet. Like they'll just ding dong. If you have a ding dong, means I have to go already. Okay. So there will be a disruption. So what I will do is that when I have to go for my swap test, I will just stop this. We have part 2 later on. Okay. So I don't know what time would that be. Maybe about 1 hour later. Okay. We just try to rush as much as we can. Okay. So very clear that this is the point right now. So Federal Reserve Jerome Powell have came out, and he's very clear. He says that that should be tapering, but not now. There's no reason to do it right now because there's a lot of things ongoing, and he does know that inflation. Now, this is the first time FOMC meeting. He does show a bit of concern on the inflation, but like I say, the market is still not going to look at it because the word that it's not going to taper, so it negate the potential sell-off in the market. All right. So we talk about this a lot today. There's a lot of video to show you guys about what happened during the FOMC meeting. Okay. So let's start now. This is the first cartoon. Inflation is eating USA alive. That one is very sure. More and more people is complaining about the inflation in America. All right, I got my cousin there, and I asked him. He said that yes, the price is just keep on going higher and higher, and the rational reason is because the number of supply is not coming in. So why the supply not coming in? Because majority of people is either not feeling well, staying at home, or they're just trading at home. Okay, seriously, no kidding. All right. So that is what's happening now in America. Hence, therefore, the inflation is really eating America alive. So this is getting harder to ignore. So this is why this picture shows that Uncle Sam is being eaten alive. Okay, and of course, this is a very good sarcasm that I feel that is pretty cool. Your weight gain will be transitory, but you will remain fat afterwards. I think that is a very, very straight to the point. Saying about what's happening. But you see, end of the day is that we all know that they keep on telling us that this inflation is transitory. But you know this in the fact of life is that your price that you pay for will only go higher. When do you ever see that inflation, for a bottle of water, let's say now it's at $1, even $1.50 example. Have you ever seen the price come back to $1.20, $1.10 for a long period of time? Unless it's sales, unless like you're doing a sale, right? Then if not, it will stay up. So that's why this is a very good one. And I gave you this. This is going to be the next one. The joke here is very funny. And I think it's very clear what will happen to America as usual. Okay. All right. Let's take a look. Okay. This is very good. Turn on your volume a little bit louder. You enjoy this short 17 seconds. Cool.
In stage 1, we say nothing is going to happen. Stage 2, we say something may be going to happen, but we shouldn't come to that. Stage 3, we say
okay, I try to do it again. I try to play again. Not so loud, right? Yeah. Yeah, I repeat. Okay, guys, you enjoyed that little clip. If you didn't hear that loud enough, I'll put it up later on our group chats. Okay, but it's very, very clear. Always have been like that until the last part when things really happen. They say that okay, it's already happened, but it's too late to help, and people just brush it under the carpet. Janet, but isn't inflation also hitting Singapore right now? Well, in my honesty, it is. If you look at the prices, you will know that. But again, when I talk about this topic itself, people get upset with this because it's that. So what? Yeah, indeed. So what? There's nothing we can change the fact of matter. We can only just work harder, make more money to cover up the cost because there's nothing more we can do after that. Don't you agree? Yeah. So disclaimer as usual, my friends, says, okay, whatever I share is my job to just basically translate, understand for you the charts, and then after that I will give you my view. So end of the day is this. Okay, this is still end of the day. It's just a revision come a it's a revision come this marketing point of view, which means that if let's say after we got spot on, we definitely be using it for our marketing. And of course, all your comments right now is being recorded, and that means that I will still show it. So I don't think there's anything wrong. We talk, everything is very open here itself. So if you think that you do not want your comments here, on the Facebook to be shown or seen, then you may want to just avoid. But again, if you put it anywhere in a group chat, still end of the day, I will still be utilizing it whenever I can for our marketing. So if that is something a big concern for you, then you probably just need to keep totally quiet. Don't even mention anything. Don't talk about anything. Then you'll be very safe. You got my point? All right. If everybody is clear, right, please key number 1 right now. All right. If people who understand what I'm trying to say, all right, and you understand, you heard me, please key number 1. All right. If you think that, right, okay, Cal, that means I will not talk anymore. I don't want my name to be surfacing on Facebook, to be irritated with you guys and stuff like that. Okay, then you just have to keep quiet. Don't even write a single thing. Then you'll be safe for you. You got my point? Very simple, right? Because even you go to YouTube, you go to anything, anywhere you put a comment there, people will utilize it. Even when I commented when I was driving across the Jalan Sultan, where there's a big fire, right? I commented, and my whole posting was put up on the mothership. Okay, they didn't even ask me. They didn't ask me. They put that courtesy from Facebook guy Kelvin Hunt. Okay, all right, thank you. Now, quote of the day for successful trader. Now, today, Richard Branson, obviously, he's not really a trader. He's an investor. So he says this, don't be embarrassed by your failures. Learn from them and start again. Now, yesterday, someone contacted me on the site and asked me, can I help him to look at the charts and explain to him how to look at the trend. So what I did was I told him, say, I'm a bit busy yesterday, but I can still squeeze out some time. So finally, at 10:30 p.m., I have a Zoom meeting with this person, okay? And I actually help this person to see the market from 10:30 talk to about 11:30. I was pretty tired by then, but still we leave no one behind. And I told him that nothing to be worried about. It's just about perception. Everybody just need to do it. Even I make a mistake in seeing market trend at time. So we try to, help one another. And I'm glad that after 1 hour later, he was happier, and definitely he was also telling me about his personal story, about how he traded and other things like that. I think this is how we help one another. Right, there are many starfish on the beach. All right, people will say, how many starfish can you save? But my answer will be, we save one by one. That's my point. Okay, we save one by one. That's all. Okay, so while Richard Branson may not be a trader, his words speaks a lot of truth. So learn from our mistake and keep going and start again. Don't worry about that. Everybody will fall down in the market. We will make it back. That's all. Don't stay negative. All right, so let's look at the charts right now, because we can do this charting right now so that we can prepare ourselves to see the market. Anytime I say the ding dong sound come out, means I need to go to do my swap test. Wow, gold has went up. My God. Whoa, my God. Gold is up by 1816 already. Woohoo! All right, this morning we call for buy in gold. I'm not too sure how many of you have went in to buy gold. Today is a very clear cut to buy gold because it is a beautiful CCRY with the BNB, and then with the KSI is green, and now you just break out the cage. And more importantly, you can see that Federal Reserve says that they're not going to do any tapering, hence therefore the dollar can be weak a little bit, and that stimulates the gold price higher. And of course, I've been telling you that gold has been sideways for many days, and I told you guys when the market is sideways for many days, you need to watch out for it because there will be an explosive movement. And that was exactly the same thing I shared with the guy yesterday. Hopefully he heard me and he got the cue from there. All right, congratulations to those who went to buy gold. All right, so let me just bring up here. Okay, hold on, I need to just move my screen a little bit. Okay, so let's look at the China market now. Okay, China market, wow. Okay, yesterday we saw a tremendous recovery. Wow, look at the recovery. It was absolutely breathtaking. Chinese market came in and then they went out to buy all the way. So whatever losses they have incurred, they bought it back. But I wanted to say something here before we start. Right, remember this, okay? In 1997, during the Asia financial crisis, something similar of this happened, okay? Whereby the foreign investor dumps the Asia stocks, and one of them was Hong Kong actually. So when that actually happened itself, right, the dumping was so ferocious that basically, right, it wiped out almost like 60% of the market. Now, I'm not saying that it will happen, but I'm just telling you that when the government coming to prop the market, right, there's always a limit to it. And of course, traders who actually knows that happened, they usually move away. That's why yesterday when the market recovered, right, when the market crossed above the 61.8, right, I told you guys that not to short further. I mentioned that 14966 is a 61.8 Fibonacci. So when the market broke down, right, I told you guys there's a support level here at about 14638, correct? So I told you that if the market basically hit that point and recover, right, it will bounce back up. And indeed, it really happened. So now the resistance will be at here, which is 16040 mark. So unless the plunge protection team can push the market higher and go past this point, if not, right, I will still tell you to be very cautious to the wind, because this is not healthy. When the market is being pumped up by artificial sources, right, there's a limit to it. And if let's say the boys are the bigger boys, example, or they come together like a pack and they keep on attacking, right, there'll be one point and the government will lose it. And when they lose it itself, things will get into very serious trouble. It's exactly what happened in 1992, whereby the pound intervention by the BOE, all right, against George Soros and friends, right? They won initially, but eventually the battle was lost because you cannot fight the market. So that's why you must be very careful on this. I'll talk about this later as I elaborate, but just take note of that. Those numbers I just mentioned, okay? So we do expect the Hong Kong market to trade somehow the same way today. So Hong Kong today now, the MLP will be somewhere around here. I expect Hong Kong to gap out a little bit, then after that come back down. So we do want to see the MLP must hold, all right? The MLP must hold. And there's this technical point that I mentioned before is actually there. So this 24,818 level. Okay, and this MLP at 25,730. So the market has to stay above the MLP. All right, Hang Seng has just opened. You can see that it opened slightly at the closing price of yesterday. So which means that right now the market has to stay above 25,730 so that it can maintain its upside. If the market do come down, it may hit this point and there may be artificial recovery on this, just on artificial note, okay? All right, because what we can see is still the market is still below the MA30 and below the MA200. So it's still on negative side. And of course, now we can see on the US Dow futures now is trading lower. The NASDAQ is holding up, but the Dow futures is trading lower. This is not very healthy. So we do expect to see some profit taking today. All right. Now, if later on itself we can hang on to the last two slides of today's MAO, right? I'll talk about the post FOMC S&P chart. It's quite interesting. It's quite repertoire. So which means that it's actually a way to tell me that, right, there is a good chance the market will be coming down the next few days. But after that itself, right, you'll find a bottom and it will go up. So today's MAO, right, the last 2-3 slides is going to be very good for you guys, okay, to trade on the short side and later go on the long side, okay? So you heard me, it's very important, so don't miss that out, okay? All right, so let's just look at the Hang Seng, the day chart right now. Here we go. Okay, so this is Hang Seng day chart. Okay, interestingly today the opening price of the Hang Seng is still above the opening above pivot 1. Okay, it's above pivot 1. So this is the OP for today. So what we can see is, okay, what we can see. Sorry, my drawing. Okay, my drawing side. Okay, this is the usual KDR chart, right? So it's +1, -1. Okay. So now with the market opening price above pivot 1, there is a possibility that you go to KTR +1 easily. That is possibility. But there's a problem here because the KSI happened to be red. And even though the market yesterday go up so much, right? Look at the KSI. Do you notice that the KSI is slightly higher, right? The KSI is slightly higher than the previous day. So with that itself, right, it does tells me that there is a small possibility that the market will still have some selling pressure on it, okay? So with that itself, right, if the market stay below OP, it will come down to KTR -1 rather easily. But from opening price to pivot 1, this is called the uncertainty zone, right? So usually during this type of happening, right, we will not really want to we're not really on to long the market from the bottom, okay? So it's best way for it go above OP first, then you do a CCRY to buy. But when it goes up over OP, right, it's going to be very easy for the market to hit KTR +1 because if the market pressure down and then it rebound, right, obviously the upside rebound will be strong. And since we know that the China protection team is involved here, then obviously we know that the upside is quite sure lah. Okay, so you got my point. So this is what I want to share with you, and you can see that on the 5-minute chart right now, it just started, right? So you can see that it just started. So if you're going, but you can see beautifully, look at the way it came down. Look at it. Look at the way the market opens here. By the way, when it came down, right, it touched the KTR -1 perfectly and rebounded already. You see? Look at it. This is the Hang Seng, and the number we gave is 26,016 based on the system, right? The Hang Seng beautifully touched you see that? The Hang Seng beautifully touched the KTR -1, as if that they know that this number actually exists. And the moment it goes, once it touches it, right, look at it, Hang Seng rebounded back to OP again. So this is why I say, guys, this is life. I cannot lie about it. This is why I think that now Hang Seng should be going up to here already. Okay, Hang Seng is going to go up here now. I believe that Hang Seng is going to go up to 26,183. Okay, this is my view. Hang Seng will be going up to this point. Okay, this point is 26,000. Okay, 183 if the market stays up. Okay, if the market stays up, right, the market will be going to 26,183 level. Okay, let's us see later on the next color change. I think going to happen soon in about less than 20 seconds. Yeah, about 20 seconds time, we may be seeing this 26,183. Okay, so let's us see whether this thing really happened. We are just a few more seconds away from the trigger point. Let's take a look. Would that be able to happen? Okay. So for those people who want to buy the Hang Seng before you go above opening price, then you can aim to this point, okay, if you want to do that, okay? So that will be the trigger point, okay? All right, so that will be the Hang Seng view for today. Let's look at the Dow right now. Now for the Dow Jones chart, today we have very interesting, we have another doji again. So we have doji, and you know, right, what happened after doji, guys? What usually will happen after a doji day? Please tell me. All right, what will usually happen after a doji day? Please write down your answer. Okay, wait for your answer. What happened after a doji day? Yes, exactly. Okay, Fred. Usually, we will have a directional day. Well done, Fred, Gary, and Eric. So, which means that is where you take a bet on the market. A bet on the market means that you bet whether the market can stay above the OP or below OP. So in this case right now, the Dow Jones is actually staying below OP. So there is a small possibility that today the Dow might be heading downwards, okay? Small possibility. So what you need to do is this, you take the MLP, we should put it there. Now this is the MLP for today. Can you see that? Okay. The MLP for today, is 34,973. Now this is not drawn to scale. I'm just putting it, just to show it to you guys. So we let the market decide from there. Okay. So what we are seeing right now is that there is a downside potential of 34,973. Okay, that's MLP. So now the Dow is trading below MLP, so that means that there is a small possibility that the Dow Jones will go down. Now, where would it go, right? So apparently, you notice that this is the BNB, right? This is the BNB, okay? The nearest BNB. So this is the RL, this is SL, okay? RL, SL, okay? So with that, combined with this, okay, put it together, you notice that today the BNB SL and the MA30 is actually about the same level. It's about the same level. So which means that this level today will be a very powerful level to watch out for. Today, this level here will be a very powerful level, 34,753. This will be a very powerful level to watch out for. Okay, so which means that if the market is to come down, the market will be going towards here because it's like a law of attraction. So now the Dow Jones at 34,928 right now. That means that the market has lost the MLP, and the market now might be attracted down to 753. So that means that there is a possibility that the Dow Jones today may be going down to 34,753 level. Now, I'm not saying that the market will crash. Remember, this 200-point downside is not a crash. 300 points is not a crash. A crash is like 800 points, 1,000 points, then it's a crash. And a crash is on the day itself, not an entire market crash, because the talk about real crash is like what happened in 1987, 22%. So this is just a pullback. And a pullback is always welcome for the bull, because every pullback, you notice that every pullback is a buying opportunity. Can you see that? Yes, so that's why this is what we are seeing right now, okay? All right, so these are the numbers that we are looking out for. So what if the market basically comes down to this point? What can we do? Well, three things can be done. Number one, you can buy back your shorts. Number two, you can go long if you want to. Number three, let it stabilize there first, because we have seen incident when the market goes below MA, it goes down quite badly. Then when you recover, then you buy. That's one way to look at it. Sometimes it will just break below it, then go drastic, U-turn, you buy. Simple as that. Sometimes it will touch, U-turn, and you buy. Now, you heard my point already. You got an idea now? Unless this happen, unless this really happen, okay? The market breaks below it, cannot stay up, continue to be down, then we are in trouble, then there will be some selling, okay? So these are the few things you can do. Either you buy back your shorts over the period of time, then you look for buying opportunity, or you look out for this type of crazy thing that may happen, okay? Okay, Hong Kong is trading lower now, by the way, okay? It didn't go up, okay? So you got an idea now? Okay, all clear? Okay, good. If you are clear on this, that's very good. Okay, so now we are clear on all this. We know that what we should be looking out for. Okay, so watch out for this figure. Let's go back to Hong Kong right now. I just saw the market coming down back again. Okay, Hong Kong has came back down. CCYR now, and it has triggered the KTR -1. Remember, the day chart, the KSI is still red. There is still a lot of sellers in the market. So earlier I thought that it will easily go past to the KTR +1. It didn't do that. So now it's CCYR now, so which means that the Hang Seng should be coming down to here already. That means Hang Seng should be coming down to 25,933 level. Okay, so that means that the market should be going down towards this level right now, because the market flipped over, and because it's a BMB, and obviously it triggered the OP CCYR. So that means the market should be coming down to this level. All right, this is how you trade Hang Seng. It's very fast, and if you're not, you're not able to handle this, you may have to go slow with this. Okay, Hang Seng is good to trade, but you must know how to handle it with care. All right, if not, you get hurt by it. Okay, this is something that you must understand. It's not that simple to trade Hang Seng, but it can be done. Okay, you just have to abide the rules of engagement. Okay, all right. Okay, so just to just keep, but don't forget, like I say, the China, all the market itself, right? All the short sellers are waiting there to go for it. They also have the buyers also waiting to go for it. The plunge protection team, which is the China side one. So you have to be careful on that. Okay, today Hang Seng will be a bit tough to trade because of all this ambiguity in the market. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's continue. Okay, so we have the Hang Seng right now. Okay, so look at the Dow Jones. I shared with you. Then we look at the Dow Jones. Sorry, the day chart. Okay, now today's Dow Jones day chart. Oh, okay, we have another no directional day. Okay, so today Dow has no OP. Actually, no OP, no pivot. Okay, Dow got no pivot. So no pivot means the OP of the day will be the boss. The boss says if the boss say above OP, it will be a buy. If the boss say below OP, it will be a sell. So today, now we are seeing that the Dow Jones is trading below OP right now, right? So that means that there is a possibility that the market may take profit today, okay? But don't forget, the KSI is green in color. The KSI is green in color. So which means that even the price come down to KTR -1 to KTR -3, there will be support. So I would suggest short sellers, if you want to short the Dow Jones today, when they go to KTR -1, -2, or -3, do take conscientious profits along the way. It means that as the market goes down, right, take profit, take profit, take profit. You understand? Because the KSI is still green in color. The terrain is still towards the buy side. So when the market do come down, do take profit, okay? So that is something that you must remember. So now we can see on the screen right now, if the Dow Jones is to go down, which is now there's a BNB here, right? Do you notice that whenever there's a BNB that comes down, triggered the OP, right? Usually it's quite powerful. You put the two liner over there, you will see that that's why now it's coming down, okay, over here. And if the market continue to go down, right, there is a TSCB here first. That's about 34,894. So there should be some intermittent support there. But once it loses that, right, it should come down to KTR -1 easily. And that will be at 34,854. So my bet will be that likely we'll see that the Dow to come down to here first, okay? And once it reaches this point, right, I will suggest traders to consider to buy back your position, some of it, and then you put a SWL. So that will protect your downside, okay? You protect your downside, okay? In case the market rebound, right, you will be protected and your capital is locked in, your profit is locked in, okay? That is what I'm saying that, okay? All right, very important, huh? All right. So that is the Dow for today. Let's look at the weekly chart for the Dow. Okay, so the weekly chart on the Dow, we have a new BNB last week. So now we have the Dow trying to break the RL of the BNB, which tried yesterday, but it didn't go up. And now it's trying to stay above the short-term trend line. Now, this short-term trend line, you can see that it was breached this week. But after that, it recovered very fast back to above it. That's why I leave the short-term trend line there. I've been explaining this for a while. And you notice that every time when the market breached the short-term trend line, almost incredibly, the next week, the market rebound. So I cannot deny to tell you this. If this market closed down this week, because tomorrow's Friday already, then next week, I can almost so-called guess that it will be a buyout, right? Based on that point, right? But because of that itself, right? Because of that, that is based on the short-term trend line. But if the market, right, really stay below OP of the week, then this may actually happen. And this is something that we don't want. Of course, for the bulls, they don't want to happen. But you can see it is possible. So next week will be a very interesting week to trade. It should be quite easy to trade. In fact, you just have to follow through the week opening price. As long as the market opens and goes up, the market will be bull. The market stays below the opening price of Monday, most likely it'll be coming down. Okay, got an idea? Yeah, pretty straightforward, right? That's the reason why I purposely leave this line to serve as a reminder for myself. Okay, cool. All right. So everybody got it correct. Bahir, Anthony, Andy all got it correct. All right. So everybody clear on the Dow Jones? Okay, all clear on the Dow Jones? Yeah, indeed, clear. Okay, excellent. Now look at the NASDAQ right now. Now, the NASDAQ is interesting. This is something that you must listen to me. Now, NASDAQ, we have a very interesting sell-off on 2 days ago. But the incredible part is that the moment it touches MA30 and it rebounded beautifully as if that the market knows this level. So which means that imagine a world-recognized market can hit the MA and recover. Now, some people will say that, wow, luckily I have this holy grail system that can help me to predict the market. Well, I'll give you another way of looking at this. It's actually telling you now, right, the whole world is actually looking at the same thing right now, which means that the whole world is congregated at this point. All right. And that means that there will be a lot of algorithms actually parked over there. So which means that anytime the market touches that level, by right, it will rebound. By left is that if it goes through it, the selling will be atrocious. This is something that you must remember. Okay, are we clear with this? Right? Are we clear with that? Understand this? Right? So that means that now I have to put this level very gently at the MA30. Okay, and please write it down on a piece of paper. Write down big, the number for today, like the 4D number. Okay, the number for today will be 14,826. Now, I'm not here to tell you that whether my MA or other people's MA is better, because yesterday someone asked me, Kel, why must you use MA30? Why not 20, not 10, or 5? Of course, the smaller number I use, the more active it will be. But what am I looking out for? I'm looking out for just a certainty good trade. So which means that I don't need to trade every day. Imagine that if I would have known that it's an MA level here, and if the market touches it, and then after that, if it stays above it, it will go up, right? Then what can I do? From this point, I can short it towards the MA level. Then from this point, I can buy up. Isn't that easier? Wouldn't it be easier than actually I go and try to figure out which MA is better? Because it has been seen before, and we've been covering MAO since for the longest of time. So which means that this movement here itself is not something new, right? We have went through this, we came past this, we touched about that, and the market really rebound from there. Got an idea? Yeah. If you got the idea right, please say got it. Okay. Please say got it. Yeah. Hang Seng has hit KTR -1. Is it? Okay, I'll come to that later on. Okay, so you all got it idea now? This number, 14826, is going to be a very, very critical level for us today for the NASDAQ. Are we clear with that? Oh, okay, yeah, indeed. The KTR -1 is triggered already, made about $80. Okay, good enough, can buy it later, a better lunch. Okay, well, got it. Eric got it. Fred got it, Gary got it, Anthony got it. Well done, solid. Okay, so let's now, if you all have got it right, I can now go and see the Hang Seng chart. Here we go. Wow, okay. Wow, look at it. Look at Hang Seng chart. Oh my goodness. Look at it, how beautiful it is. All right, just now when it came down, it hit the KTR -1 perfectly. It tried to recover. Now we thought that the Hang Seng will be going up, but it didn't. Then when it break down, BNB, CCYR, that's why we shorted, and we said that it will go down to the next KTR level, which is KTR -2. Okay, -2, not -1. Okay, right, it goes back up. Okay, after that it triggered the, okay, it hit the KTR -2 nicely. All right, which we book our profit, and then now it goes back up again. But of course, it's still holding downwards right now, downside pressure, another BNB in the making. So that means that if things get a bit drastic, we may actually see the Hang Seng going down to here. This is the 25,849 level. That means that if Hang Seng do really loses more, then the market may come down to 25,849. Now, if you're going to ask me, right, if I'm the Chinese bank, or I'm the China market, and if I want to do a protection now, I won't do it in the morning, because in the morning I know that if I do it, I'm going to give free money to people. So imagine that right now, right, if let's say I want to go for the kill example, right, I will not want to buy today for Hang Seng and or Shanghai, in fact, China 850, because if you look at it, right, today is a opening price. Today's Dow Jones opening price is no pivot, and yesterday is a doji. Then now the biggest news, FOMC meeting is over. Okay, so definitely based on history, okay, there is a possibility that the US stock market will pull back after post FOMC meeting. All right, this is something that we have seen it many times before. So if that is the case, the US equity market, if I were to short the Dow Jones example, I try to take some profit on Dow Jones, they will pressure down the equity market around the whole region. And then obviously China, Hong Kong will be affected at the same time. So that's the reason why I kind of suspect that today Hong Kong will drop some more. I repeat myself, I believe that Hong Kong will drop some more because the regional equity market likely today will be taking profit. And this will bring the market down some more. So that's why I felt that, right, today Hang Seng will go down a bit more. And now it's coming down already. As I'm speaking to you right now, right, it's coming down. No worry. Okay, got it. Yeah, Minhui is okay. All right, so the thing is this. The scary part is that if the Hong Kong market is to continue to go down, all right, then you must be careful because there must be the MLP, right? MLP somewhere around here. All right, so 25,710. The market has to stay above the MLP. If not itself, right, the market can really sell off. And of course, if the market bring down all the way and crash, take away all yesterday's gain, right, that means that yesterday all the effort put in by the BOC will be wasted already. Yeah, so that's why I say that we had to watch this thing closer. Okay, got my point? Yeah. Okay. So I talk about NASDAQ already. All right, very important level to watch for today, NASDAQ. And if we look at the NASDAQ day chart, okay, let's just say the NASDAQ. Now, for the NASDAQ day chart, right, we can see that today the opening price is actually above the pivot one. But the problem is the KSI is red and the KSI actually uptick a little bit. So what does it tell you? It tells me that if the NASDAQ is to go below pivot one, which is the 14,973, which is just 5 points away, there is a very good possibility that the NASDAQ will come down to here today. That means that based on the TSCB, 14,849 could be the level to watch out for today. Now, only if the NASDAQ stays above OP, then you can buy. But even you can buy, right, the KSI is red. So most of all, maybe hit KTR +1, it may actually take profit and come down. And if you look carefully, right, 2 days ago when the MLP is here for the NASDAQ, right, you can see that the market failed to, go above the MLP and pull back. So it went up above MLP of the day before, and then it pulled back. So actually, this is actually telling you that sellers in the market already. So today's MLP is very important. Draw the MLP for the NASDAQ, and that will be a very key pivotal point. If the market loses the MLP, that means that there will be some selling today. Okay, so be very careful on today's market. All right. S&P 500. Now the S&P 500 now is trading at 43.92 right now. Yesterday also the same thing. The S&P 500 touches the MLP and then pull back. So this is not a very good sign. So today MLP, right? This is the MLP for today, and now it's 43.93. So 43.93, yeah. So MLP for today is 43.93. Okay, so which means that now it's trading slightly below the MLP already. So if the S&P do sell off, then we have to watch carefully the MA30. The MA30 is here, which you can write down on a piece of paper, my friends, write it down. The level is 43.58. Okay, 43.58. Sorry, pardon my drawing. It's hands-free using a mouse. It's not that easy. Trust me on that. Okay, so the S&P, again, what may happen is that the S&P may fall until here. And then after that, it may get supported like what we've seen before, first of all. If not, right, then it may actually tear down first, then the next day recover, okay? So there are two possibilities that likely will happen if the S&P do come down to 43.58 level. So traders, again, you need to stay tuned, watch the chart. When S&P hit 43.58, right, for those who are shorting, you can buy back some position. For those who want to short more, then you must make sure that the market must be below 43.58. For those who want to buy, then let's make sure that the market go past 43.58 first, meaning when go below it. Then after that, go above it, then buy. Okay, got it, huh? All right, thank you, Fred, for doing the, is that the 25? Hang Seng, is it? 25.66, is it? Are you showing me that? Okay. Yeah, okay, huh? So you got an idea? This is S&P 500. Okay. Okay, so S&P 500, let's take a look. Oh, interesting. Can you see that? Everybody, can you see that on this side, on the left side? You know what is this? Can you see this? Wow, long time never see already. You know what this means? How many of you can saw this already? What does it mean over here? What is that? Okay, it's a phenomena. All right, you know what that means? Yeah, it is a inverse pivot. Okay, inverted pivot. Okay, so what does it mean? Okay, now inverse pivot, okay, means that, right, both sides of the of this pivot going to be like a magnet, and it's going to be a very, very strong magnet. So if the market stays below OP, then the probability of the market going on to 43.86 is going to be very, very high. It's going to be very, very high. Okay. Yeah, my wife is texting me something. Okay. All right. So the likely go to 43.86 is going to be very high. Okay. Because it's like two magnets pulling the market at the same time. So that is what will happen to the S&P today. Okay. And because the KSI happened to be red in color, right, the probability of that happening 43.86 is even higher today. Okay, it'll be even higher today. Got the idea? Yes. Okay. So unless it flip around, okay, now unless it flip around entirely, whereby the market goes back above OP, then you'll be attracted to this strongly, 44.25. Okay. So that means that when you see an inverted pivot and happen the opening price is between of them, just imagine you put iron filing and you put the two magnet, the iron filing will be torn between going up or going down. But if you shift the iron filing a little bit more to one side, right, you see the whole thing will just zoom, come down to that point. Got the idea now? Yeah. You put two magnet, okay, and you put some iron filing here, okay. If you shift it down a little bit downwards to here, of course, it will be very fast attracted to this point. This is what I meant, okay? All right, but because it's also meaning it's pulling each other, right? There will be a lot of this movement. That means throughout today, there'll be a lot of this movement today. There will be a lot before it choose one side, okay? So traders, right, if you, in short, there'll be a lot of cha-cha movement, cha-cha, you know that, the dance? There'll be a lot of upside, there'll be a lot of volatility, then it will move. So that's why today is quite interesting. Now, key note, if the market is to go below, if the market is to go below 43.86, then it will be very bad. Because the pivot 1 will still add pivot 2, interesting thing, and it's below OP, right? So which means that if the market loses below the pivot 1, right, then there's a very, very good chance we see 43.56. And I did tell you, right, today, because of the doji on the Dow Jones, right, there is a fine possibility that the market will go down a bit today. Yeah. So that's why today, stay tuned onto the market. If the market is showing downside pressure, and if the market lose some technical point, don't chase to buy at the bottom, okay? All right, let the market slide a little bit. Anyway, the market is due for some correction. Let it pull down first. Then after that, we look to buy again, okay? Remember, I'm always giving you both sides of the coin. Sell or buy. Always sell first and buy later, or buy first and sell later. I'm always doing that, okay? I'm always giving you two-side view. It's just that people would like to construe my sharing and think that I'm always a perpetual bear. Don't understand why. Seriously. But okay lah, don't talk about it anymore. Okay, got the idea? That's S&P. Not bad, my swap still not here yet. Okay, let's continue then. Okay, so we have all the market right now. So we have done all the indices. Let's look at the Nikkei, or the DAX, sorry. Okay, let's look at DAX. Now, DAX also a problem. Can you see that? Yes, correct or not? It's another problem. Why? DAX itself, right, it's a doji yesterday, and DAX is one of the tightest market already yesterday, very tight. In fact, yesterday DAX was I think the smallest range for a long, long time. The last time we saw this was here. Can you see this? The last time we saw was on here. Then after that, any more smaller one? Yeah, maybe this one. Maybe, yeah. Okay, sorry. Okay, so you can see, this is the 2 doji. So what do you see after that? Guys, what do you see? After the 2 doji, right, what do you see after that? Can you tell me? What do you see? After the 2 doji, right, what do you see? Okay. Okay, Fred, MLP is 25.76. Okay, thanks, Fred. It's okay. All right, Gary says sell. Fred, you're actually right. The right answer is directional move. Oh, okay. The answer is directional move. Okay, that should be the right way. Here. The answer is directional move. Okay, that should be. Okay, yes, it should be directional move. Okay, so indeed correct. Colin, even much clearer. Okay, the thing is this: when you see a doji, right, that means I tell you that we should be bigger movement coming in. Okay, bigger market movement. So if the market stays below the doji closing price, do you notice that it's below closing price of the doji? You notice that the market will sell. Incredible, right? So today, the opening price or the current price is very critical for the DAX today. So if this is going to be any showing of telling you that what may happen today, right, then maybe we're going to see some selling again. All right, we're going to see some selling again. So where would it be going down, right? So by right, the MLP here itself is unused in a way. We can put it there. So 15,339 could be a level to use. Now, this is something that I share in PTP. How do I use multiple MLP? The one that I share with you guys on the basic package, right, is just about MLP for the day. But in PTP itself, right, I will tell you more about how to use the MLP and how MTrader used her MLP in a very unique way, which I shared with her previously, a long time ago. Yeah. But then if you are fast enough, you already have picked up my point already over here. So that's the reason why I say, guys, go for PTP. I'm not kidding you. There's going to be a very big movement coming soon. Please go for PTP. It's not about just about the money that I'm making from you guys, but you must understand this. You're going to make more money in the coming weeks and months as long as you have the right tool. Okay? All right? Really, go for PTP. I'm not kidding you. You don't see me promoting so heavily because I know that the market is going to have big movement very soon. I can tell you that. Okay? Okay? So get the idea. That's for DAX. All right, so we have DAX, we have this, we have that. Okay, let's look at Nikkei right now. Okay, as I heard the door got some movement, I thought they come already. Okay, this is the Nikkei. Well, Nikkei, we can see very clearly it's below the MA, it's below the MA 200, below the MA 30. It's not good. Okay, and now Nikkei just tested the MLP. So if the Nikkei is to lose MLP, then we should see some selling. Now the selling should bring the Nikkei downwards to this point here. Yeah, somewhere about 27,240. Okay, 27,240 mark. Okay, so that should be the potential downside of the Nikkei, 27,240. If let's say the market do pull back. Okay, all right. As you realize, right, this is the BNB, right? Can you see that? Correct. This is a BNB, right? So you look at this BNB, all right, with the Nikkei right now. If I'm going to bring it to you now with put a BNB indicator in, right? Okay, can you see that? Yes. Okay. Oh, sorry, this is not a BNB, my bad. This is not the BNB, my bad, sorry. This is not, missed by 1 point, I forgot, yeah, correct. Okay, so the BNB is still this guy. So now the market has came up first. It went above the BNB RL, but failed. That's why when it failed, it come back down to the SL. You see that? Very nice, right? Then hit the SL, supposed to go downwards, but the next day recover. So you're gonna be stubborn. If the market recover, you must cut your position if you're short. Then it's supposed to go back up to at least to this point. But normally, I share with you, if the BNB range is big, right, always take the halfway mark as a form of partial profit, halfway mark. And indeed, if you took halfway mark, you will be protected by this movement. Now the thing is this, and we can see that when the Nikkei came back down to the BNB SL, right, very nicely, it got itself supported again. Can you see that? Okay, then now it tries to go up, but it failed. It's seeming coming down. So if the market loses the BNB SL, right, then there is a possibility for the Nikkei to come all the way down to here, and that's 26,207. Now, of course, I'm not saying that it will come down here because maybe in between there's a new BNB form, but If let's say something really drastic happened in the equity market, then there is a possibility. And of course, Nikkei needs a strong US dollar, because the strong US dollar means a weaker yen that will help Nikkei. But if Nikkei is having a stronger yen, then of course the traders usually don't like it. They will cause some selling in the market. So this is something that you have to take note of that. Okay. Okay. So this is very, very important that you must take note of that. Receiving a lot of messages right now asking me about the market, and I'm saying that if the Dow Jones can't hold certain figure, there might be some form of profit taking coming into the system, and it seems to be actually really happening right now. So I'm not too sure that people are listening to me. Okay. Okay, so we get the idea. Okay, so we got a Nikkei, we got a DAX, we do all the equity market ready. Okay, so all the equity market we are done. Let's look at the commodities, shall we? Okay, let's go. Now, commodities, beautiful, all right? Now we have a very beautiful breakout. Okay, so everybody look at it again, okay? Now, see this. So first of all, we have the market consolidating. Then we have the movement whereby the market did sell down below the MA30. Then the next day stay below MA30, right? But the problem is that the closing was actually a positive rate of change based on BNB material. So that's why yesterday I said that the goal has to stay above a figure. And the number I keep on reminding you is 1801 yesterday. So yesterday gold actually went down below 1801 many, many times and it couldn't stay up. So in fact, yesterday we were flipping. Now I'll tell you this, my friends, over the last few days, if you have been trading gold, right, I can tell you this, unless you're shorting gold, if not, right, you have a hard time. So when you lose money in gold, right, especially for 10 to 11 days, it's absolutely fine. You know why or not? Because I give a simple mathematic idea. You take a look, you see, mathematic. 1 week got 7 days, right? But there's only 5 days that you can use for trading. So 5 days times 52 weeks, all right? Okay, plus minus holiday, and I mean everything is right. We've got 250 days for trading. Okay, got the idea? Okay. Now, based on what we know in a normal market situation, okay, 70% of the time the market usually is up. Okay, up. 20% of the time the market will be down, and 10% of the time the market will be sideways. So take a look at it. Okay, 10% times by 250 will give you an answer approximately how much? Will give you about 25 days. Now, if we're talking about on average, we split, okay, one consolidated period in the first half of the year and another consolidated period for the second half of the year, divided by 2, you get about 13, right? So if you notice this, everybody, from the gold movement that it came sideways until today is about 13, 14 days. That means the market has been sideways for about 14 days already. So after 14 days of sideways, that means mathematically, there is going to be a good chance the market is going to move soon. Whether it's down or up, we won't know. But it will definitely move in one particular direction. So now you can see why the gold yesterday purposely do a BNB. Now I told you before, right, when the gold purposely do a BNB, and then recover, because they probably flush the market down to make people think they're going to sell. So when people have to sell the market, right, then after they have finished what they can do, they push it back up again, and that is the real identity of the traders. They want to actually buy. So that's the reason why you need to have the RL and SL on all BNB, not necessarily must be gold. So the RL and SL is done, right? Do you notice that the RL happened to be also the MA200? And we know that MA200 have been the strongest resistance on gold for the longest of while. So which means that now if gold stays above MA200, which is now the level is 1809, gold will go up. And now you understand why gold is going up. So where will gold go? Well, very clear. If the gold is to stay upwards, right, it will be going toward this point here. What is this point again? This point will be 1829. That is the first technical level, the first chocolate bar, the gold may be going 1829. Clear? All right. If you are clear, please key the word gold, G-O-L-D. And if you like this type of mathematics, right? Kind of cool, right? Okay. All right. I know that this is like, it's a kind of where got logic here, so it doesn't matter. Okay, this is my personal guidance, and that's why yesterday I shared this with the student who texted me yesterday, and we talked about it online. I told him this is the mathematics. So I told him, right, gold, because he'd been buying gold and it didn't perform well. So I told him, say that don't let go of gold. In fact, now gold is a good time. Come to trading, you always want to find consolidated area first. Then you go and trade on it. Because if you want to buy something or sell something, right, you need the market to be consolidated first. If you want to buy a market already trending, right, then very high chance that you'll get hit by the market. You understand my point? And of course, if you buy a consolidated area whereby it's on an uptrend or downtrend, then you know that likely it will continue, right? That means the probability of making money will be high. You got my point? Yes, it's not that when the market, now you see market consolidate for like 5 to 10 days already, you get so pissed off, you lose money. Then you jump into another market that's trending. I can tell you this, if you think about this mathematically, you from a sideways market for about 10 days already, you jump to another market that is trending. What will likely happen? Most likely you get hit again by the consolidation again. And then after you turn back around and look at the gold market example, wow, gold shoot up all the way, and he tells himself, I was there, but I never get the trade. Don't you find it very silly here? Right? That is how and why, you should never run away from market that is consolidating. This is very factual. You look at it, you go through the charts, right? You will know that you should never do that. Okay? All right. This is good sharing, right? Okay. If you think that this is good sharing, please key the word good. Okay. Good sharing. Okay. Good sharing. Key two words are good sharing. All right. How many of you want me to extrapolate on this point during maybe a afternoon session and stuff like that? How many want it? You want me to like talk more about it? How do we find the general trend? How do we do consolidation trend? How do we know that it's uptrend, downtrend, all this thing? Yeah. If you like it. All right. So this is pure mathematics. Okay. Wow. Good sharing. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. Oh, so nice. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Cheng Hua. All right. Thank you. All right. So, you guys are not afraid that I do put your name over in marketing. Okay, but no CCRY now. Can we enter? Well, Min Hui, I'll come back later. I will talk about this later. Okay. Okay, we'll talk about this. Okay, since you all want it, I'll talk about this more later. Okay, so that's gold. So gold should be going up, but then the 38.2 will be the one at 1836. Now, personally, I still think that gold should be going to this big chocolate bar here, and this number is this number that I'm looking at, 1859. This is the level that I'm looking at for gold, 1859. Yeah. Okay, that is what I'm looking at for gold. Okay, weekly chart for gold, let's take a look. Weekly chart for gold, right? Now gold seemingly the first major hurdle that it must cross will be 1820. That is the MLP, right? This is the biggest hurdle it must cross because for 2 weeks in a row, gold whenever hit 1820, it pulls back. So this is a big hurdle that it must cross. So closing above 1820 should give the algorithm a very strong call towards the next level. Okay, next level will be somewhere about 18 Fibonacci, yeah? It'll be 1835, 36 level. Okay, so let's cross here first. Okay, so 1820 must cross. Next level 1836. Then we have 1859. Okay, got idea? Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's look at gold right now. Okay, so for gold, no excuse. Today is a very clear buy day. Why? Number one rule, CCRY, red to yellow. Now you must, okay, I need to go already. My swap is here. Okay, guys, I'll come back later on. We do part 2, okay? All right, apology on that. Okay.